media. I mean, every single page that she owns online has gone black. After she got cheated on, lied to, not manipulated, but she got cheated on. And, she has blacked out all her social media pages, okay? This was her last day doing the Moulin Rouge Broadway show, like today or yesterday. So basically, she's done. She's over it, okay? She is over it. And the social media accounts, when black people are saying, oh my gosh, is this Megan Thee Stallion's comeback era? Is she about to use this moment as leverage for her next big hit? No. I don't think so. But people are saying that this means that Megan Thee Stallion is about to drop a new album. I don't think so. I think that this moment right now is going to be her going on hiatus right now. I think she's going to go on hiatus. I think she just had to finish her Moulin Rouge show. Then she's going off the grid. But I don't think that her doing an album rollout while she is grieving a man is smart. You shouldn't do no music like that. Cardi B did it. It was a hot mess. It was atrocious. She was out there in the streets of New York, barefoot as shit, trying to sell out albums on the side of the road like a damn homeless hoe. It was not a good idea, okay? When you be heartbroken, it has you doing crazy stuff, desperate things, and Megan needs to have time to just genuinely sit and heal. She hasn't had time to heal. She keeps hopping from eggplant to carrot to pencil to, it's just she hops and hops and hops. And when you hop so much and you always moving, you don't really have time to process. And not even just with, men. People in life who don't know how to be still bothers me. Why can't you just sit down for a day or two? Why are you always having to move and go do this and go do that? I can't stand people who just don't know how to just sit and just process the day or their week or their life. What are you running from? Megan, what are you running from when you keep chasing all these men? What are you running from? What are these people running from? I don't understand that. I know what it is, but I want y'all to answer me in the comments. What is it? But hopefully this is time for her to actually sit and process her life, because she hasn't been processing anything, just moving. Has she even processed her mother's passing? Moving on to Glorilla. Glorilla is on, yet again, another person's song, somebody else's remix. Glorilla is another feature. And people are saying, Glorilla, baby, you on too many people's song. Okay, way too many people's song. So Glorilla is featured on Pop That Thing. Okay, featuring with another artist, but it's on the Baby song. And everybody's like, wait, this is kind of messy for Glorilla to get on the Baby song despite being cool with Megan Thee Stallion. Well, y'all know they're not cool no more. Y'all gotta stop. They're not cool no more.
Man, so Glorilla going viral for being a feature on everybody remix. Somebody said Glow don't gotta be on everything. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought it was just me that noticed this. It seemed like every time somebody got a viral or hit song, Glorilla on a remix. It's other people out here to put on your song. It seemed like it's the same 3 people they hit up. Glorilla hard, she can rap, but come on, man. I also feel like it's gonna mess her up in the long run. If you getting on everybody's song, people gonna be burned out eventually. By the time you get ready to drop your own shit, they ain't gonna wanna hear that no more. You know it's bad when people accuse you of sounding the same every song. That mean that they hearing you too much. And it's only so much a man or a woman can rap about. Eventually it's gonna start sounding like you saying the same thing. I do feel like she gotta put out an album this year. Rap music just seems like it's in a terrible place right now. It's not too many artists right now and it's on fire. Nothing is sticking because nobody is putting time into their art. Make a conscious song or something. We want to hear somebody make a Brenda's Got a Baby. That's what's gonna make you last out here.
Now, when I hear most of these new rap girls rapping, they don't ever talk about anything, okay? So, they mostly talk about their car, their body, their house, their shoes, their bag, and their man, and maybe a vacation. But other than that, I don't really take Glow that serious to where I want her to change it up. She's not that important. She's like a Lotto, Sexy Red, a Cardi B. I don't take her that seriously. But I do think that Glow really needs to stop hopping on everybody's song because it is kind of getting played out. It definitely is. It's getting to the point where it's people are kind of getting burnt out from her. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, I want to get into Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway's new movie, The Devil Wears Prada 2. It has reached over $100 million at the box office worldwide. And this movie, y'all, I saw it today. Very, very good. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. I'm not going to spoil it, but it was really good. Is it better than the first one? I would say it's different, but it's equal in terms of the entertainment factor. The first one was a lot more structured. The second one, it was a great sequel. I wouldn't say it's identical to the first one at all, but it's a great sequel. You know what I'm saying? Now, some parts were kind of boring. Some parts were kind of just but overall, it was a very, 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 very great movie. It was emotional. I don't cry movies. I don't cry, but it was like, oh, that's so cute. If you watch the first one, then you see this one. It's a very, very great movie. I really do love Meryl Streep. Without Meryl, it would not be a good movie at all. I can't imagine the movie without the Meryl Streep. It was just but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to talk about it no more. But they already made $100 million in the first 2 days. Mind y'all, the weekend is not over yet, okay? Moving on to Drake. Drake is rumored to be a feature on Lotto's 4th studio album, Big Mama, coming out May 29th. This will mark their 2nd collab overall. Do I want this? No, I don't. I don't want Drake to be... No, Drake, don't do this, please. But am I surprised that it's happening? I'm not, because, Drake be texting Lotto and shit, hyping up her mediocre-ass raps. He's cool with 21 Savage real good, so I'm not shocked at all. But I think the whole Drake and Lotto thing does not need to go. It does not need to go. I don't want them to be a rap duo. okay? Drake needs to focus on making Iceman a bop, focus on making Iceman a banger, a smash, a cultural, impactful moment. We know Drake is going to have numbers. That's not my concern. But Drake, you need to make sure that your music actually is impactful in a way where you redeem yourself, you know? And for me, the reason why I'm not really too fond of them two, you know what I'm saying, becoming a duo is because I don't think Lotto was on the skill level of Drake. And a Drake and Lotto collaboration would only benefit Lotto. You know, Drake has no real benefit for getting on a Lotto album. You know, a new audience? No. Most of Lotto's fans love Drake already. It's giving him some sort of creative, you know, expression in a creative way of, you know, some artists can bring out creative stuff in people. Lotto's not bringing out nothing creative from Drake because she copies him and he writes for her. We don't want this. I don't want to hear it. Chop City, get out of my face. Okay? Get your weird ass in my face, Lotto. Moving on to Ice Spice. As you all know, Wendy's is doing a collaboration with Ice Spice after a viral altercation incident. And people are wondering, and they're just so confused. And they want to know, like, what's in the air, what's going on. They said, I really don't know how Ice Spice got this far. Well, that's because let's be real, her body is tea. She is conventionally, you know, attractive. She's kind of cute. And she's very light-skinned. And no shade, I'm not saying that all that stuff means you're going to be successful. But also, I do think she has pretty good management, you know, a good management team to keep her in the float. But, you know, y'all saying that she's still popping. I don't think a Wendy's commercial means you're popping still. You know, she went from doing Mercedes-Benz's deals back when she was in her prime, Beyonce collaborations on Abbey Park, to fucking Wendy's deals. That's not a flex. I'm sorry. Okay, spicy chicken sandwich with a medium fry and a lemonade. Whoa, such a big deal. I'm really gagging. Now, Wendy's is a big company, yeah, so I'm pretty sure she got a good check from it, but I'm not gagging at a Wendy's deal. I don't even eat at Wendy's. Wendy's is nasty. Their food is like mush. Them burgers be like mush. It's just mush and meat and sauce. The nuggets are tasty when they don't taste fake. Fries are good. Frosty is good. No, fries is nasty. It tastes like cardboard. Like, no. Nobody is geeking over at Wendy's deal. But Ice Spice, y'all saying that she's lasting long. She lasted long. How is she still popping? She's not popping with her music. That's what she got here for. Her music. Her music is not keeping her alive, okay? So she has to resort to doing these weird deals, okay? Y'all saying, oh, yeah, she's still thriving. She's still winning. I don't think getting beat up in McDonald's is still winning or thriving. Okay, I don't know how that's a flex. But, you know, Wendy's gonna cut that check because Wendy's is trying to, I guess, use the remaining fans that she has for clout. I don't understand. Moving on to Victoria Justice. She has named her Nickelodeon Mount Rushmore. So Mount Rushmore is like, you know, like the most iconic characters from network or from the show. And so Victoria Justice, she says SpongeBob SquarePants, number one, yes. Amanda Bynes, Jamie Lynn Spears, and herself. Victoria, no. Okay, let's not rewrite history. Victoria. Your spot will be given to Ariana Grande, okay? Ariana Grande was the biggest star from Victoria's. Now, was she the most popular while she was on the show? No. But even then, I wouldn't give you that ranking because she only had one show on Nickelodeon. Ariana Grande was so popular that they gave her a spin-off show called Sam and Cat. You got just Victoria's. Jamie Lynn Spears, yeah. Amanda Bynes, yeah. SpongeBob, yes. So it's going to be Ariana Grande, Jamie Lynn, Amanda, and SpongeBob. Not you, little girl. You see how people love to put themselves into stuff when they know damn well they don't deserve it? Stop. Lizzo, I think it's time for a wake-up call, okay, Lizzo? So Lizzo, her song B, TCH, has earned 7,000 streams. 7,000 streams? Girl, you is Flop Nation. You is Flop City. You are Flop Global. You is Miss Floppy, Loppy, Sloppy, okay? Lizzo, how you go from getting Grammys to only getting 7,000 streams in, like, a streaming day? So people are in the comments, they said, how is she going to recover from this? And this tweet has gone almost viral. Lizzo can't recover. You know why? Because she still thinks it's 2016, baby. All that feel-good Macy's commercial music, that's not going to work anymore in 2026. All that corny, I'm so happy, and performative happiness, it's not going to work, okay? Now, this is partial debut. So maybe, like, what? It got, like, 50,000 first day, which is still trash. But why isn't her team telling her this? Like, you would think that your team would tell you these things, you know? And normally I would give Lizzo her credit. I told you I would give her props back in the day. But now, baby, when stuff gets too carried away, no props need to be given. No props. You don't deserve no props, no nothing.
Why do artists always blame the fans when their projects flop instead of just, reflecting and saying maybe this wasn't my best work? It's always the algorithm's fault when, they put out something that isn't received well. So I saw Lizzo's video and I'm just like, girl, it's very much giving how, people say that people buy streams and they do that. Like, that's what her video sounded like. It's harder to control, the algorithm. It's harder to make our stuff go platinum now. And here's the thing. I actually like Lizzo. I think that her music overall is good. But some of the stuff that she has put out recently is corny, like period, point blank. There are some catchy lines, there's some good captions in the song, but the song overall is not good. I feel like she just completely switched the type of music she made. She did the remix of the Win Whammy song or whatever the song was called. Then you remixed, Bun B song. It's just like you're hopping on it. Anything that's trending, you try to hop on it. And it's not even like you're hopping on it with the person, the actual artist. You're just making your own remix of their song that's already went viral. So it's just giving like it's a little corny. Then she name drops other artists who she says are going through the same thing, but the songs that those artists put out are not their best work either. Like a lot of music now that is good is because it has a sample from a song that we already know and love from 20 years ago. But music just hasn't been good recently. It's not the algorithm. Y'all just aren't putting out your best work. And I think, Lizzo and some other artists are kind of entitled. They feel entitled to support. They feel like, if you're a fan of me, no matter what I put out, you should push it, you should stream it, you support it. Even if you don't like it, like if you love me, then you should just support me wherever I do. And it's just like, that's not the case. We don't know you. We don't know you. So if you drop a song and I like the song, I listen to the song. But if you drop a song and I don't like the song, like that STFU song with Lil Jon, which was trash, I'm not gonna listen to it just because I usually like your music.
Ow, wow, wow, wow. Moving on to Nicki Minaj and Justin Bieber, Beauty and the Beat remains at number 1 on the global Spotify chart with 7.64 million streams. It has now spent over 17 days at number 1, and this is over 2 weeks and 3 days. That is a very big deal. Somebody said both of them playing this song dust. Taylor would have had 10 different versions by now. Yeah, but Nicki and Justin aren't desperate, so it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Taylor Swift is desperate. She milks the entire system for every dollar, every coin for chart placements. Nicki doesn't have to do that, okay? Justin doesn't have to do that, no. Now, I feel like Beauty and the Beat is low-key declining when it comes to its performance, because at first it had like 10 million, then it had 9, then it had 8, then it has 7 now, But nothing can last forever. Nothing lasts forever, but I'm just happy the song had its little run that it did, because, no shade, but people miss that Beauty and the Beat sound. So congrats on 17 days at number 1. Moving on to Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, there's this debate happening online. Again, they said, let's settle this once and for all. Who's the better rapper, Cardi B or Nicki Minaj? Okay. Somebody said Cardi B makes music for girls that think talking louder is winning an argument. Nicki Minaj clears. Now, in my opinion, I feel like this conversation has gotten so old, in my opinion. I feel like it's just like we already know this, and this conversation has been replayed a million times. And I don't know why people still find it entertaining. Because at this point of the game, it's no longer a gag anymore like it was, maybe 6 years ago. But now, we all know Cardi B raps like, a hot Cheeto girl in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, eating hot Cheetos and Arizona tea. We already know that. And we already know Nicki Minaj is a queen. So I don't understand why we still have to, continue this narrative and continue this comparison when the conversation is over. Moving on to Nicki Minaj, people are saying that they just realized that Jay-Z and Nicki might be at the same carpet tomorrow because Nicki Minaj will be going to the Met Gala, okay? There's been so many things aligning with Nicki Minaj going to the Met Gala, like her stylist is in New York. Her makeup artists are in New York right now. So it's seeming like she's going to really be at the Met Gala. Now, if Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z meet again, I don't expect it to be any drama because it is a professional event. And I don't really see them, doing anything like fighting on the carpet. Like, what Nicki gonna do? Push Jay-Z down? No. It won't be that. She has class. She gonna clock you on Twitter, but in person, she knows how to, move accordingly. So no, there won't be any drama. No, there won't be any fights. No, there won't be no mess. No, there won't be no scandal. Okay, it just won't. And me personally, I feel like when it comes down to the Met Gala, I feel like you probably won't even see each other. It's so big in there. It's just a whole thing, and like I just doubt it. I really doubt it. And yes, what's your opinion? Let's talk. Let's chat. I want to see y'all thoughts down below. And yeah. Moving on to Cardi B, people are trying to figure out, is this a new face or is it just the angle? Cardi B was seen out last night looking a little bit different from the side. And, is it a new face or a new angle? For me, knowing Cardi B, it might be a new face, y'all. Every 6 to 12 months, she normally debuts a face, but she missed a few seasons recently. She kind of kept the same face since the end of 2024. And I think now she's shape-shifting again. Every time she gets her heart broken or something goes wrong with her man, at the time, she gets a new face because she thinks that fixing her face is going to change how they treat her. But really, it just makes them more scared of her, okay? Now, me personally, when I seen this picture, I was like, okay, nothing looks different except for maybe like just the nose area a bit. I don't know. But let's talk, let's chat. Do y'all see a new face or do you all just see a different angle? Okay? I think some people are saying, oh, it's just the angle, Well, I guess that's how y'all cope. Everybody has to cope some way, somehow, And some people's coping is just denial. Some people just, they rejected their whole life, baby, okay? Because if you reject it, you don't got to deal with it. But no, I'm not falling for the BS or the scam. Now, does Cardi B have a naturally pretty face that, she never needs to get surgery? No. She did need to get surgery. She did. She needed to get surgery for a lot of stuff. Okay, so I'm not ever going to give her that prop. Never going to clap for that. Sorry, needed it. Moving on to Ariana Grande, the fans are scared and worried for the performance of Ariana's next album. They're worried, oh my gosh, is Ariana Grande going to enter her Doja Cat flop era? Is Ariana Grande going to enter her, slow album era? Did Ariana Grande wait not enough for her releases, in between her releases? Her last album was 2024, her new one is 2026. That's pretty good, that's pretty fine, right? But no, she dropped the deluxe last year. So, we don't know. Now, her new album, Petal, which in my opinion, as I think about the title a little bit more, the title is not cute. I don't know, Petal, maybe Petals. I like Petals more than Petal. But anyway, because when I think about Petal, I think about the bicycle, like, you're pedaling on a bike, But anyway, so Ariana Grande's new album Petal has only hit number 30 on iTunes pre-orders, okay? And that's not good. That's just too low. For an A-list act like Ariana Grande, that's not good, okay? Somebody said, this is bad. Y'all can blame her team as much as you want, but like the truth is, they were never the problem. Oop, clock it. But I think when the album comes out, it's gonna perform fine. Y'all have nothing to worry about at all. Just relax, just chill, and stay calm. So Forbes predicts that the 2026 Met Gala could raise more than $31 million made in 2025 thanks to the quote-unquote Beyonce effect. They said this term describes the huge influence Beyonce has on culture, money, and art whenever she's involved. I can see that, but why isn't certain stars coming? Like Zendaya's not gonna be there. Like that's fishy to me. You know, what's tea with that? But do I believe that Beyonce is going to shut down the Met Gala? I think she is. I mean, you know, you can't co-host and be on a chair and not shut it down. You know, you have to shut it down. You have to. Beyonce has to do something crazy, do something insane, do something epic. I can't wait to see what she's wearing. Hopefully she leaves her husband at home. Hopefully she leaves that dirty, smelly man at home. But you know Beyonce, she loves that Jay-Z, so she's not leaving